Welcome back to the Common Sense Crypto channel, everyone. This is Rich, making another video on XRP today, as usual. So wherever you are in this vast planet, I hope you're all having a nice day today. I have to start with this from Mr. This Project Promise before we discuss XRP. Institutions can issue programmable promissory notes, digital obligations that can be conditional, time-bound, and enforced by smart contracts through Ripple's XRP ledger. These notes can only be redeemed under specified conditions and are kept on a chain, guaranteeing security and transparency. They're automatically deleted from the ledger after being redeemed or expiring, removing delays in reconciliation and guaranteeing correctness in real time for all stakeholders. Project Promise program led by the BIS and started in April 2025 to digitize sovereign promissory notes pledged to multilateral development banks is directly supported by this infrastructure. Promisa seeks to automate and modernize the tracking of these commitments, settled and redeemed by MBDMDB, treasuries, central banks, and finance ministries. In addition, Ripple had collaborated on an infrastructure update with the CPMI and BIS. Every BIS project, is designed with Ripple in mind. It was constructed with XRP and RippleNet technologies in mind. RippleNet technology is even used in the Enbridge project, which is now known as BRICS Pay. A lot of people still don't seem to realize that it will be the future. This is the future whenever the BIS develops an initiative like this. SWIFT is no longer even awaited by the BIS. They stated that we will go with or without SWIFT if he wishes to fall behind, because the technology of the future is already in their possession. It's XRP and Ripple, and Smoke is the source of this. Additionally, I mentioned that Xrpl poses no threat to Ripple. He also provided a better summary than I could. Ripple's payment strategy is not really threatened by Xrpl's payment platform. It is exaggerated to say that Xrpl's new USDC-powered payments network will compete with Ripple's XRP and RLUSD. USDC functions on networks such as Solana and Ethereum. The infrastructure Xrpl depends on is not under its control. This implies restrictions on scalability, cost, and speed, particularly for international payments. In comparison, Ripple has both the RLUSD and the XRP ledger. Transactions on the XRP ledger are settled in 3 to 5 seconds with almost no fees. RLUSD gives Ripple complete control over the asset and the network it operates on by introducing a stable token based on the dollar into that ecosystem. I was more interested in the rails that RLUSD can run on and the rails that XRP will run on, because Ripple installed those tracks 10 years ago. Xrpl is simply too late to the game, in my opinion. However, because Xrpl lacks a network of its own, I never considered how they depend on other networks, and that changes everything. I always tell you this because I've seen a lot of XRP murderers along the way. And you know what? XRP is still in use, and they're no longer there. The USOCC issued a statement outlining its position on banks and cryptocurrency. Listen to this out. In the world of financial services, digital assets are deeply embedded. Hundreds of businesses use cryptocurrencies and need banking services, while over 50 million consumers currently possess cryptocurrency. Within the federally regulated banking industry, national banks and federal savings associations are in a good position to promote cryptocurrency asset activities. I am happy that the Office of the Comptroller of the Currency recently clarified that it is legal to engage in certain cryptocurrency-related activities, such as holding deposits as reserve-backing stablecoins, utilizing distributed ledger technology and stablecoins for payment purposes, and custody of crypto assets. Additionally, the OCC reaffirmed that it expects banks that engage in innovative crypto operations to have suitable risk management procedures in place. By taking this measure, banks can use new technologies and creative ways to serve their customers and clients while also reducing the regulatory load and promoting responsible innovation. Go to occ.gov to find out more. Once again, there it is. When it comes to cryptocurrency, the banks are now approved. Additionally, I believe that many banks will begin to provide cryptocurrency. JP Morgan and the larger banks must be the first to do this so that the other banks would want to follow suit after they see them doing it. Similar to a network effect, this really just irritates me that much. Bloomberg, the use case for XRP is speculative. Listen to it. The sole use case for Ripple and some of these other coins out there is speculation, as you indicated, since many people watching would likely react. What is XRP's real use case then? All right, so that isn't true at all, XRP. Since it's trading and out there, you can speculate on it, but XRP, since they founded Ripple, I won't speak for them. All right, however, they founded Ripple in order to make money transfers easier. All right, however, when they get to the next level, it is now actually aiding in the tokenization of everything. Everything will actually be tokenized by them. As you may be aware, they recently purchased a broker-dealer clearing member, and that, in my opinion, is the first step in combining DeFi with traditional finance. And this is going to be a breakthrough, I assure you. It's a breakthrough. However, it will take longer than most anticipate. It seems as though the mainstream media is now exclusively interested in discussing Bitcoin. Additionally, they must minimize XRP whenever they discuss it. They must convince everyone that it is completely worthless, even while XRP is accomplishing tasks that Bitcoin could only aspire to. Eventually, the entire story will change, and many people will be caught off guard when it does. Also, this is gonna shit. The value has always been in the protocol and will continue to be in the algorithms of the future. The Internet of Value is the XRP ledger. Listen to it. There are a few coins that I truly like at the moment, XRP is really significant. And further crucial one is Cardano and DA. I doubt that many people are even aware of it. With the NFs and their cheaper methods of accomplishing things, Solana is a very significant currency. In the end, though, real-world tokenized assets are becoming more and more prevalent. Therefore, this is where everything is going at the moment, whether we are discussing gold, silver, real estate, or mortgages. Therefore, I believe that we will have a better grasp of where we are if we consider this more as the algorithms of the future rather than attempting to consider it as the next financial system. Even though people aren't aware of it yet, what we're carrying is more significant than anything else at the moment. We are in possession of something that will transform everything into a token. Consider gold. It turns into a token. It traverses the ledger of XRP. It is moved by XRP. They will be developing assets that are tokenized. Every valuable item that people own will be tokenized. And everything will be able to be transferred globally using bridge currency such as XRP. Then you begin to examine the finances as well. Additionally, a significant amount of money will be transferred by XRP. Eleanor Tourette is the source of this. Speaking at the SAC's discussion on cryptocurrency trading on Friday is Paul Atkins. His initial comments on digital assets in public since taking the chair. I'm interested in hearing his thoughts during this